And for a little help with that, let's bring in the Executive Vice President for Commonwealth Foundation, Jennifer Stefano, business and markets analyst and NewsMax contributor, Seth Denson, and America's accountant, Professor Dan Geltrude. Oh, guys, we got a packed house today. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so the first trading day of the year, 2022, yielded record highs. Lifted by the technology sector, the Dow added 246 points, while the S&P also registered a gain, both closing at all-time highs. NASDAQ was also up 187 points. Jen, is this a Santa Claus rally, or is this actually just a good sign of things to come?
Well, let's hope it's a good sign of things to come, but I wouldn't take one day's trading as a way to look at the whole future for the rest of the year. I think there are a couple of factors in play. First, the manufacturing report is going to drop today. I think we're going to see some sluggishness, according to economists, and that is going to hurt economic growth. Also, the Biden administration's continued response to the COVID variants. It seems that the variants are now more predictable than the administration is, and I think how they behave and the decisions they make are going to really impact the markets and how they respond and whether they continue to go up. And of course, inflation. Let's see where that goes. I wouldn't yet place my bets on this being a bull market all the way through the year.
Well, Seth, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree with what Jennifer's talking about. I think that the short-term opportunity in the market is there just because there's nowhere else to put your money. And I think that's where investors are trying to get, we'll call it the last squeeze out of this orange. But I do think that as the year goes on, I think we're going to be less bullish, and I think that the market's going to start to come back down and correct.
All right, Dan, well, Tesla added 13.5% after the firm beat fourth quarter and full year delivery expectations. Now, is this trend going to continue, or are people going to pull the plug at some point?
Well, we'll have to see, obviously. That so-called freeloader, Elon Musk, delivering once again for shareholders, increasing people's worth. That's a good thing. But let's look at it this way. Electric vehicles only make up about 1% of the cars that are on the road. What does that tell me? Tremendous growth potential out there. I think electric vehicles are the future. It's going to take a while for us to get there, but I do think that Tesla is the leader in this area, and I think there's good things to come for this company.
All right, so no winning tickets were sold for Monday night's $540 million Powerball Jackpot. The next drawing is on Wednesday night and is estimated to be at least $575 million with a cash payout of over $409 million. Jen, we talked to Seth about this yesterday. What would you do with that kind of money?
Gosh, well, I guess with inflation, maybe like catch up on food bills or something like that. I love that question, and I'm not really sure what I do other than keep my mouth shut and not tell anybody that I want to, and keep coming on with you on NewsMax. But it's interesting to think. And actually, lottery winners, if you look at the data, it doesn't end well for a lot of them. So actually, I don't know that I'd want to win the lottery. I think I'd rather earn my own success.
All right, Dan, I don't want you left out of this question. What would you do?
Well, I would absolutely take the money, no question about it. But I'm just going to, as America's accountant, I'm just going to throw in one thing. I think the total is at 575. If you take the cash payout today, then pay your taxes, you're only about 200 million left. Is it worth it? I think so.
Yeah, 200 million, not too shabby. Dan, let's stick with you. Apple became the first ever $3 trillion market capitalization company after rising 2.5% to a brand new record. When, if ever, will Apple peak?
This company is absolutely amazing. Who would have thought that they would be on this run post Steve Jobs? I think a lot of people were concerned when Tim Cook took over, but listen, where he's taken this company 4 years ago, they were just breaking the $1 trillion market cap. Now they're over $3 trillion or $3 trillion and counting. Look, I think that the loyal base of Apple customers, plus their commitment to advancing technology, they have spent $85 billion in research and development over the last 5 years. Again, I think this company is a winner, and they're still going to keep going.
Jen, do you agree with Dan?
Well, I don't know. It's very interesting. Apple hasn't come out with anything new and innovative or creative, disrupting the entire marketplace, right? So there's a fun question that I like to ask is, can you really be a tech company if you're still making the same product that you were 10 years ago and not coming up with a big creative disruptor? So I'm curious to see what new innovations Apple comes up with. But in terms of a product and a brand that people have come to rely on and use and like, yeah, Apple's here to stay.
All right, so let's go from Apple to BlackBerry. Today marks the end of an era as BlackBerry is actually discontinuing services for their existing phones. Seth, your thoughts on what BlackBerry did as a business and for business?
Well, to Jen's last point, they came out as the innovator. They shook up the market in 1999, releasing the first pager. Remember those? That would put your email out there. And then the next following year, they came out with the first smartphone, the 957. Listen, I had a BlackBerry Pearl. I still to this day think by and large it was my favorite phone I ever had. The problem, though, with BlackBerry is, as Jen alluded to, they didn't keep innovating. They stopped while other players in the market started to come to bear. And as a result, like Blockbuster, like Kodak, like Polaroid, they're gone now, and it's a shame.
All right, guys, this is a whole lot of fun today. Covered a wide range of topics. So thank you so much, Jennifer Stefano, Seth Denson, and Dan Geltrude. Thank you guys so much for your insight.
Thanks for having us on.